Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. New information has been released about the suspect in yesterday's shooting at the Tops Friendly Market in Buffalo that killed 10 people and wounded 3 others. Police saying today the suspect was investigated by New York State Police last June after making a threatening statement. Following that incident, he was taken to the hospital for a mental health evaluation, but was never charged with a crime. Today we also learned when the suspect arrived in Buffalo and more about the weapons used. Jet 24 Action News has team coverage tonight. We begin with our Jennifer Mobilia live in Buffalo outside the grocery store where this mass shooting took place. And Jen, I understand this shooting hits close to home for you.
Yeah, Brian, unfortunately it does. Last night I learned that my friend's son, who works here at this Tops supermarket, was among those who was shot. Now, thankfully, he did survive, and tonight he is home recovering with his family, but unfortunately 10 others were not as lucky. Now, as you can see behind me, 24 hours later, crime scene tape still surrounds this grocery store. About a half an hour ago, the parking lot was full of about probably 20 FBI agents. I'm told that they have obtained additional warrants, and this investigation continues. Buffalo Police Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia says the 18-year-old suspect came here to Buffalo on Friday, one day before the shooting, to scope out the area. Police also confirming the suspect not only had the AR-15 he allegedly used to murder 10 people, but he also had a rifle and a shotgun in his car.
The evidence that we have uncovered so far makes no mistake that this is an absolute racist hate crime. It will be prosecuted as a hate crime. This is someone who has hate in their heart, soul, and mind. New
York Attorney General Letitia James says she attended church Sunday morning in Buffalo, where she learned more about the victims.
I heard about the senior citizen who planted trees on her block. I heard about the woman who just went to visit her husband in a nursing home and then stopped by at Tops to get something to eat. This event will not define Buffalo. This event will bring Buffalo residents together. This event was committed by a sick, demented individual who has fueled a daily diet of hate.
Just hours after the shooting, in her first media address, New York State Governor Kathy Hochul spoke about the weapon used and possible ties to our state. I asked the governor about her comments. This is for Governor Hochul. You had mentioned earlier, obviously high-capacity magazines are illegal in New York State. You had alluded to earlier, perhaps this may have come from Pennsylvania. Have you had any conversations with Governor Wolf or the Pennsylvania State Police?
No, I mentioned Pennsylvania only because it is literally 10 minutes from the accused, the perpetrator's home, so I just mentioned Pennsylvania. I don't know that, I don't have evidence that it came from Pennsylvania.
Hochul says she will continue her efforts to strengthen federal laws to prevent guns that would be illegal in New York State from flowing across state lines.
Think about how easy this is. Someone wants to traffic in guns and lead them to the streets of the Bronx or Brooklyn or Buffalo or Rochester. All they have to do is go to a gun show in Pennsylvania or another state, load up their trunk with these weapons, whether it's the magazines or the weapons themselves, drive them up, try to evade interdiction, and to start selling them on our streets.
Now back here live in Buffalo, you can see that memorials are being set up all around this grocery store. People are bringing flowers and candles, and the Buffalo Police Commissioner tells me that he plans to release the names of all the victims sometime this evening, and you can imagine that once those names are released, more people will be showing up here. Brian?
Jennifer Mobilia reporting live from the crime scene in Buffalo, New York. Thank you for that important information.